How is everybody ready?
I am ready.
I am believing you.
Be super funny if I just had to pee again.
If you had to pee again, I would get your blood tested.
Yeah, that's a sign of early onset diabetes.
Yep. Who are you talking to?
Diabetes nuts.
Diabetes. Alright.
Okay.
It's 8:30.
Well,
Huh?
Catherine is on the phone with somebody. It
Oh, cool.
sounds bad.
I'm glad this is the emergency hour. Then I'll be right back in that case. You can pee if you want to.
I don't
Everything's
have
okay.
to pee. That was a joke. Although I am drinking quite a bit of water right now, just because these chips are very salty. I'm gonna mute my microphone on OBS so that it doesn't hear me crunching.
Is Catherine still busy?
Yeah, and I'm getting kind of concerned.
Oh, dude. Yeah, take a minute. Go make sure everything's okay.
No, she just texted me back. I think she's fine.
Yeah.
But she's still on the phone with somebody who's having an issue, I guess. I don't know.
I see.
Yeah, because she walked past me and she's on the phone and she had her voice quiet and I was like, oh my god, is everything okay? And then she did a little bit hand gesture and I'm like, oh my fucking god, what does that mean? Right, but something is still wrong, so I'm concerned.
A little bit okay.
Yeah, a little bit okay. Or yeah.
Argentina sunk into the ocean. They hit the dadgum Pentagon!
I haven't heard of that. There's a wave in the Atlantic.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, actually.
Let me see if I can.
Shut up.
Let me see if I can find.
Me and Morgan have been playing some higher level Lethal Company, and
I killed a dog.
Dad, you
Yes,
know what I'm
you
talking
did.
about, right?
You fucked that thing
that
up.
anomaly in the Atlantic Ocean that looks like it's a cluster of waves, or like
You're a
something,
cluster.
something
Wait,
weird.
stop scratching the couch.
Come on, Brandon, quit it.
Can't find this fucking 6-man. It's gonna kill me.
This what?
I'm playing Sudoku, and I've been
Oh.
on this one puzzle for 2 hours. Cassie, did you ever watch that video I sent you?
You want the brain rot one? Yeah.
No, no, the other one, the one about radiation.
I can't find it. It's driving me crazy.
Oh.
So I give up.
I meant to, but I forgot to.
Watch it. I want to talk to someone about muscles going to goop.
Well, you're talking to the right girl because that's exactly what my fucking hormones have done.
He literally started shitting out his own muscles.
Oh, well, I can't say that I relate to that.
I was gonna say, sounds
I
like you're
can't
not
open-
talking to the right girl.
Well, I can't open a
We
pickle
can't
jar.
confirm. We can't confirm that. I mean,
It's true. I just can't open pickle jars anymore. Is
aw,
the thing.
she become weak.
But that
My flimsy little weak.
dainty arm.
Don't worry, I'll open your pickle jars for you.
Thank you.
If I ever lose weight and
I'm
become,
glad somebody. Oh,
if I ever lose weight and become a femboy, I'm still gonna make sure that I work out and maintain a.
you know what else you should do? You should probably learn not to talk when somebody else is talking. That's crazy.
Sorry.
Get it, Queen.
Sorry.
Also, I'm
That is-
just saying this right now, Tommy. You can't be a twink and work out. Cassie and I had this conversation earlier. That's not a combo.
Yeah,
That's called a twunk.
There's all kinds of working out.
Twink. Twank.
You can't.
Twunk.
You can't be a twink and strength train. You can be a twink and like do cardio and like swimming and things like that.
No, that's not how that works. The body it don't to be twink. You have to just be twink. Nobody can become twink is the problem. I had a very thorough conversation with my doctor about this. He said the best you can get is twunk. That's it.
All you gotta do is stop eating. That way you lose body fat without gaining muscle mass.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just starve yourself. You'll become twink.
And then make sure that your skin just tightens automatically. Fucking retract
That
that
is
skin.
That's something that I worry about
There's
when
surgeries
it comes
for
to
that.
losing weight. I've got enough fucking surgeries on my plate. What I'm saying is, like, I don't know. I'm okay with being, like, you know, a little chubby, especially if it means that I don't have loose skin. Because to me, having loose skin is worse than being fat.
I mean, if you just muscle train that area, it'll retract. It'll be
Yeah.
fine.
Cardio alone will cause loose skin. Strength training will not.
Sorry, I missed everything that you guys said. What did you say, Meeper?
So if you do like any amount of strength training in the area with loose skin, it gets rid of it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's good. I don't know. There's a part of me, and I don't know, like, where it comes from, but maybe it's just, like, coping. Where I don't mind having, like, a bit of a tummy and, like, big thighs. There's a few parts of me that I really want to, like, lose weight in. Mostly my face. But,
Your left thumb.
yeah. But being, like, kind of thick is not a worrisome thing for me.
I've returned.
I'm cringing.
Everything okay,
So
Catherine?
am I. Yeah, just post pizza poopies.
Who were you on the phone with?
Brooke. She is going on a date with a girl tonight and texted me her address in case she gets abducted.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
okay.
a deeply distressing thing to get a text about.
As soon as I have to have a terrible stomach ache too.
Is that something that is likely to happen?
Yes.
No?
You've never heard of
Is
that?
Brett
You've
Florida,
never
it's
heard of
huge.
that?
No, I know people get
Human
abducted on dates. I'm just
Huge
saying.
issue in Florida.
It doesn't matter who you date. If you're small and in any way, shape, or form valuable, you fucking text that Addy quick.
I'm hereby licensing myself out to be the big guy who stands next to you on your date to intimidate guy would be kidnappers. I won't like be part of the activities in any capacity. I won't interact. I'll just be there looking potential wrongdoers down intimidatingly.
You
I
should
think that's
just
called a
bulk max
bodyguard.
yourself until you're a fucking human golem.
What?
You should bulk max yourself until you're like a human golem.
Or I could, skip all that, cover myself in clay, and put a paper scroll in my mouth, and then it'll be an actual golem. Hebrew mythology. Tough crowd.
I'm doing pokey doke.
I got Brandon to start Baldur's Gate.
Oh, nice.
We've made it 3 hours.
Clog.
And he hates it.
And he's romanced Astarion.
No, we made an agreement that Astarion can be on my team and he can pick whoever he wants, but that will forever stay on my team.
I have a soft spot for Gale. I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me. Like a fungus.
Don't worry.
Tumor.
It'll
know,
fix
when
itself.
When I woke up like 2 days ago and I just saw the bear versus man thing everywhere. I had no idea what it meant. So all I knew was like a woman was choosing between a man or a bear. And so I thought that was with that one scene with that one guy in Baldur's Gate where
Why not both?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Alright. Let's play this video game that's not a video game. Last time, you all returned to the ocean town of Whimsburg, bringing with you a cleric priestess who requested that you withhold most of the truth in order to not cause a sort of wave of xenophobia within Whimsburg, as well as with you a Hosakite made of platinum, named Platinum, joined you, and they have been helping to cover some of your monetary issues that may pop up due to their connection to apparently a pretty powerful merchant guild. Other than that, you return to the church, wherein you have spent most of your time trying to kind of figure out more about what's going on while waiting to be summoned by the nobles to sort of inform them of what's going on, and as well as anything that they might task you with. In the process of doing so, you manage to sort of put the church to Kaio in a semi-open state, while originally Cressida went in to look at the book. The head priest, or like bishop guy, he seemingly locked the book with an arcane lock, so Cressida couldn't do much, but Cressida did find the entrance to where Priestess Brita's room was, but was unable to enter as it was also locked. So instead, you decided that you would essentially distract the head bishop while Avery used her ability to phase through walls in order to go ghost and enter Priestess Brita's room. That is where we will begin. Yes. And like I said, the head bishop had actually just returned from delivering a letter to the sort of Triton nobles who run the town. So now it's up to you to distract him. But in the meantime, Avery, you are in this decently well-sized bedroom. You see that it is sort of split into like 3 sections. There's like an actual doorway which goes into a fairly nice bathroom. There is the main sort of room, which has like a very fancy bed of like this dark silk. It's almost kind of like what we would know as like Egyptian styled. It has the sort of drapery and curtains around it. There's a few locked chests, as well as a sort of like table, another desk, and then there is a small like kitchenette area, which is not behind a doorway, but there is like sort of a dividing wall, so that you don't have to look at the kitchen while you're like resting.
Okay. Do I hear anybody within my vicinity? I don't know, within 20 feet of me?
No.
Okay. And I am going to attempt to lockpick one of the chests.
Alrighty. So, yes, go ahead and make a dexterity check, and if you are proficient in Thieves' Tools, you can add your proficiency bonus.
Oh my god, come on. Right. And the proficiency bonus for our level is like, what, +3?
Yes.
Okay. Just roll a normal dexterity ability check. Oh yeah, I'm on a Chromebook. You have to tell me what I rolled.
19.
19, baby. Okay. So yeah, you are able to open up the chest at the foot of the bed. You can see that it's like more very nice silken sheets. They are not like moth-eaten. You're pretty sure there's no moths here, regardless. But yeah, you kind of ponder for a little bit, and you realize that one of the reasons why things might be locked up in here is just because Tritons are like very open about just kind of taking what's around. Like they don't have too much of a concept of ownership. So she just was like, I'm gonna lock some things up. But yeah, a cursory glance at the box just reveals more bed sheets and other such things.
Okay. How many chests did you say were in the room?
There's like one at the foot of the bed, which seems to be a sort of like linen wardrobe. And then there's like a small sort of lockbox on this.
Ooh, I want to check that out.
Okie dokie.
make like, I don't know, an Arcana check to see if it's locked magically?
Sure.
Okay. I have high intelligence, so it shouldn't be too bad. You have to tell me what I rolled again.
You rolled an 11. You look at the box. It seems kind of ornate and fancy. Uh, but you don't know if that means it's magic or if it's just fancy.
Okay. And how big is it? Can I hold it in two hands?
You can, yes. You could, like, probably hold it under your shoulder.
Okay. When it comes to storage in the campaign, do we have like backpacks, right? We have our own like.
Yeah, I don't
Sure.
do, like, weight limits, and you do have, like, your own bags, but I do have, like, it's like what makes sense for somebody. Right.
Okay. So what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna steal the chest and I'm gonna wait to open it until I can have Simon take a look at it.
Okie dokie. Speaking of Simon, let's go back to you all. You all are just kind of like mulling about in the church, and you're like on the edge of like, oh god, did the head bishop here just see our friend walk through the wall? Did he catch that? Like it was that close. Uh, but yes, you see the bishop approach and be like, "Oh, yes, hello again." I see. And he kind of gestures at you, Yen. You have brought more to enjoy. Your own sermons and prayers, I must admit. I have missed such a sight.
Yes, but I've brought some who are they have questions that only you can answer truly. I've, very cursory knowledge.
I see. And then he kind of positions himself towards Simon and Cressida and is like, "What is it you wish to ask of me, children?"
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember what, if anything, I wanted to ask.
We're asking about like the gold dust, right? How to remove the arcane lock?
Yeah, that would be.
I wouldn't.
That would
I
not be
wouldn't.
smart.
No? Okay.
Not to the person who set the lock.
Listen, I'll be back. My stomach is destroying me right now.
Oh man.
All right. I'm gonna, apparently, because my team just fell apart. I'm gonna turn back and say they wanted to know more about like offerings and such for your god and that kind of stuff.
He's like, see, we generally do not take too much in the way of offerings. The sort of heads of the city provide us with more than enough funds, and Miss Brita herself, rest her soul, brought much opulence with her in order to keep us running. All we ask is that you take the time when possible to ensure that the ocean stays clean and healthy and free of refuse and other such things.
I do have to ask, how did a drow come to be your priestess?
There is a story indeed. You see kind of like he like the place where the pulpit is kind of on a raised stage. So he kind of goes over and he sits down and kind of drapes his legs over the side of the raised stage, and he's like, "Come, sit."
I'm gonna go and sit.
All right. So he's like, you see, I was actually a young man when Priestess Brita came in, but I must say she looks no different, or she looked no different than she did the day she came to Whimsburg. She was on her own, a sort of traveler, but still faithful. She looked for refuge, as she said. She found little reason to stay at her home. As such, she, as a woman of the cloth, joined our ranks. Perhaps due to her wisdom or knowledge of the long life she had already lived, was able to quickly go through the ranks and surpass even myself. And sooner or later, the old priest had, certainly earned the title of old priest and passed away in his own time. Then Priestess Brita was there to fill in those shoes.
Have you not considered becoming that yourself?
Oh, as a younger man, I was actually a sort of rival to Brita, as it were. So I certainly lost that battle.
Perhaps not lost, but maybe the battle was delayed. What stops you now from becoming the head clergy?
Well, only thing is what the nobles decide on. That is up for them to choose. The appointed of the highest rank of church is from a nobleman known as Dalsim. He is sort of the bridge between the nobles and our holy grounds, as it were.
What is he like?
He is meditative. He speaks not often, but his words carry much weight.
Will he be there when we go to speak with the nobles about the incidents that has happened?
I certainly believe so.
Do you think he'll have any enlightenment for us on what it all meant or anything like that?
Truth be told, I don't know, but I will say you would be lacking in wisdom not to let each of his words rest on your ear.
Have you heard any word from any of the nobles about when we're going to meet?
No. I mean, I've only handed the note in, and they said that, the two who were there said that they would attempt to convene as soon as possible. Thankfully, this is a unbusy political time right now, so I doubt it will be more than a day for your summons. I know you are quite busy.
More than anything, we just want to go surface side again.
Yes.
Not that your village is not very welcoming, simply, salt water only does so much for the skin.
Of course, and you see him kind of, like, rub, pull up his kind of, long, bulky sleeve and kind of rub his own more scalene skin. Of course, you are, oh, I think I heard a saying once, a fish out of water? Or, well, you get the...
Perhaps that defines us very well in this situation.
Let's see. Yeah, so while you're kind of conversing with him about all of this, Avery, you have this lockbox. Is there anything else you wish to do or look around at while you are here?
You made a comment about like a kitchen area,
Yeah, there's like a little kitchenette.
and you also said that there was like a nice bed or something.
Yes.
Do either of those things strike me as particularly noteworthy?
You can go ahead and make an investigation check, but like from just like a cursory glance, it's like the bedroom itself is like very different in general vibe than the rest of this place, but you kind of tell that that's because like 19. That's because like she's a drow, so she's like decorated with drow sensibilities.
Okay.
Yes. As for the kitchenette itself, you see that like it's a wood burning stove, as well as the like sort of pipe above the stove is actually like accessible and has like a rack for like smoking fish, which you think is neat. As for your investigation, you take some time to look around the room, and it's like I said, just kind of like very like almost gaudy, like a little too hoity-toity. You're like, this is certainly not a she was certainly not a priestess who was suffering for her salvation, as it were. So there are a few things around that you can tell are of value to take if you wanted, although you're not quite sure how you would get some things out. Like, there's a fancy painting, but it's kind of big. As well as, like, on the desk, there's, like, some loose jewelry.
Well, Avery is morally gray, but tends not to be a huge thief. I mean, at least tries not to be. So I'm just gonna take the chest and I'm gonna bounce. Let's see. Is that Aether Walk thing? Can I do that more than once in a day? I think I have to short rest between.
Believe so as well.
I love how you're like, I'm not trying to be a thief, but I'm just gonna take this chest and bounce.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is I'm not gonna be a fucking klepto about it. I thought about this when I first used it. I was like, "Oh man, how am I gonna get the fuck out?" Let me.
Can you not short rest while you're in there? You're pretty protected.
You guys currently distracting the person that I'm stealing from?
Yeah. Or kind of.
This feature lasts a number. Blah blah blah. Once you use this feature, you must finish a short rest or long rest before you can use it again. Use Aether Walk twice between starting at 15th level.
Hey, sorry, I'm back.
Given my track record with Windows, are there any?
There is. It is sort of like a porthole window in the kitchenette room. It is behind a curtain.
Out of curiosity, just pure curiosity, would there happen to be like a training dummy in this room?
No.
No. Fuck. Is the room elevated or is it on the ground floor?
It is on the ground floor.
When I look out the porthole, do I see any sort of like maybe wildlife?
Not really, no. Like you see like some people kind of like a little bit off in the distance.
Okay. Trying to think. To use the invisibility thing on my Starshot crossbow, I have to first hit something, right?
Uh,
Let's see.
right.
As a bonus action, you
Uh,
can.
no, you do not have to hit something. Till the end
Oh,
of your
thank
next
God.
turn, you have the invisible condition, and anything you are wearing or carrying is also invisible.
Okay. I'm just gonna tap the what is it? The rogue. Yeah, I'm gonna tap the rogue constellation on my crossbow and then exit through the window.
Okie dokie. Uh, yeah, can you make a perception check for me?
Oh God.
All right.
What did I roll?
Oh, nat one, baby.
Oh my fucking God.
Okay. You go over to the window and you tap the constellation and you open the window, you tap the constellation, and you're getting ready to like climb out when suddenly the window closes as you turn to see that at some point the cleric which you rescued, Marlene, is there, and you
You need to do that big blanket
just
throw.
kind of like
I need
as
to
you're like
the wash.
backing up, like, oh shit. Uh, she's like, why was this window open? What? And she kind of like turns to start walking back to the main room, and like you're literally behind her as your invisibility wears off because it's only for like 6 seconds.
Okay. I'm behind her.
Yes.
Can I? Okay. What I'd like to do is I would like to hold my breath and not make a single fucking sound. Nothing that would alert her that there's a presence behind her.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check.
Do that thing that they do in cartoons where they're walking behind them and mimicking their movements.
With like the
Yeah.
giant tiptoe.
Yeah.
All right, so you rolled a 9.
Assuming that's not good enough.
Uh, no. So you like try to shuffle out of view, and you like kind of slide something over. And she turns and she's like, "Who's there?" As she kind of like holds up her holy symbol, and she's like, "What are you? Why are you here?"
Hey, I was just trying to get a better idea as to what exactly was going on with, Brita, because I mean, you were there. You saw what she was doing. I I just wanted an answer as to why I was gonna be sacrificed.
I see. That is fair. Truth be told, I'm here for sort of the same mission, but rather I'm here to... Well, never mind. I have something that might help. Uh, you see her, kind of poke her head out the door, to look around to make sure nobody's there before she, closes it, and you see her begin to cast a spell. And we are going to go back to Yen and Simon and Cressida. Yen, you see the priest, as he's kind of done talking about his sort of past, his relation to one of the nobles, stand up and he's like, well then, I leave you to your free prayers, but you must understand my roles, even if I'm not Archbishop, are still immense, as I suppose I am at least acting as such right now.
What all do you
Um,
do around here?
Uh, uh, well, before Brita was gone, I was lead of non-holy day prayers. I ensured that the grounds stayed proper, and I led the other junior priestesses and clerics and the like in prayer and teaching them, as it were.
You're a teacher.
Yes, but, well, more a mentor, same way mentor your own child.
I've never had a child, so I wouldn't know that.
I see.
I must ask. I'm gonna kind of jump up and like gently grab his shirt sleeve or robe sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
We really do truly want to understand your ways and your teachings while we're here. We've been at sea for so long, it seems that we would need some act of some sort of god to help us get out of here. So, truthfully, I don't think our own prayers will be able to help us. I truly feel we need you or someone to help us.
I see.
Especially because we were literally cast down by a devil.
We must be cursed if we've been here for this long, and continually it seems that we remain cursed, even when topside, so...
Ah. I understand.
I know you're busy, but from a person just simply wanting to go home, we would really appreciate just some enlightenment on how we can maybe reach out to something willing to help us.
I see. I can do what I can in order to bring about some form of divine intervention, but this is not something I can do on such a short notice. I would need time to prepare, and even then, the reality of such thing happening is scarce.
What would be needed? Anything. Nothing is too little.
Moment. would require certain materials, usually worth around 25 gold. These would be shells and other things which I would etch the correct runes and symbols into in order to cast a spell.
Where would we be able to get such things?
See here. Some of the merchants around would be willing to sell them, or if not, perhaps scavenging them from the sands around town will work, or maybe even out in the wilderness.
Would you be willing to help us find these items, or would this be something we must complete on our own?
This is something I would request that you do on your own time.
I only ask just because, we aren't really well versed in what's needed for, well, anything in the ocean.
I see. I can, I understand your need, but note that I am also a community leader of sorts, especially now in this trying time, and I have
Perhaps
my
there's
own
some
people to
amount
look
of
after.
perhaps there's some amount of help that we can give you in exchange. Maybe there's some tasks that we can take on that you are supposed to do. Perhaps, cleaning or helping keep the grounds, whatever you have need to do so that you can focus on the spell and we could take care of your duties.
Might walk
The-
and fix her out. If I knew what she runs.
He, kind of ponders for a moment. And he's like, well, although we are living in the ocean, fresh water is somewhat difficult to come by. Usually we have to boil the salt water into something more applicable.
Well, that's
For
enough.
people on their own time, that is fine. However, to do so, and then also to make holy water, is quite the time-consuming task.
I have some scrap metal. I could probably build you some sort of rudimentary distillery for the water. I would only need some copper coils and a bucket of ice, really. I could make it easy to mass produce fresh water.
I think it's not the fresh water that's the issue, it's the holy water. How does one make water holy?
That is the secret for the clergy. But if we are provided with the clean water fresh from the salt of the ocean, should be fairly simple for me to make. However, it is the process of ensuring that the pot is boiled and the steam is able to collect into its own drain, and we are in the center of town, so it's usually about an hour's walk to the nearest sort of spigot within the aquadome.
Meeper, just quick question, because I'm looking at it and I can't find anything. If I were to use shape water, that cannot change what the water is, right?
You
I
could
cannot
freeze
make it freeze it, but it wouldn't be able to be like fresh water. I wouldn't be able to make fresh water with it.
Maybe you can turn it into steam. Let me check.
I didn't see anything about steam. It did say shape, but not state.
All right. Change the flow, 5 feet in any direction. Simple shapes animate. Color or opacity. Freeze. Takes an hour to unfreeze. No. The closest you might be able to do is if you were a cleric, you could do purify food or drink. Maybe a druid could do it.
Well, I could. One thing we could do is we can get it, like, I can shape water and start animating it to come into the aqueduct. And then we can purify it there and have 5 by 5 cubes of water. Because we need to get it from the spigot, he said.
Yes. He's like, yes, if you could, bring a few pails worth of, water over. You see, kind of like, near the pulpit on the right and left side, there are some fairly large, basins of water. You can tell that they're probably like 10-gallon like draughts each.
Mm.
And you see they are not completely dry, but not like the bottoms of them have water, and it looks a little gross. He's like, yes, if I could task you with filling these, I should be able to prepare the spell for you by tomorrow.
Would you, if we do this, I assume you would go and get the materials, or would we still need to do that?
I have some materials, they just need to be etched, so I can do that for you. You've already brought, at least Marlene back, so it's the least I could do.
So, just not speaking to him, but just to the two that are with me, would we be willing to maybe, like, Cressida go bug form again and go just make sure he doesn't walk over to Brita's door, and we go and take care of water?
Yeah.
Good talk.
I'd be down for
Catherine's
that.
paying attention.
Tommy?
Hold on. I straight up have purify food and drink at first level as an artificer.
Well, even better.
We don't even
So
have
you
to...
and I can go do that,
Yeah.
and she can go just keep an eye on him.
And I can ritual cast it too. I don't have to worry about wasting a spell slot. Okay, so me and Yen gonna head out, gather water and purify it. We should probably bring Kratos.
Yeah.
Absent though branded may be, Kratos is still useful.
I assume we'll, like, take our leave and start walking out, and while walking out, I'm gonna talk to Cressida and say, if he starts getting close to Brita's room, can you, like, be an annoying bug or an annoying mouse and try to get him to not walk that way for a minute?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Alright.
Okie dokie.
But don't get stomped on, please.
I'll try my darndest.
And if you do, make it like comical so that you just become like an accordion instead.
Yeah. I'll grow a giant dick on my head.
Transform into Wile E. Coyote.
Gotta have your legs just circle on your hip joint. Run away.
All right. Cutting back to Avery and Marlene, you see her casting a spell. Do you do anything or let it roll?
She's given me no reason not to trust her. So yeah, I let her do her thing.
Okay, you see her finish casting the spell, and you see her kind of look around the room, and eventually she goes over to the painting, and she takes it off the wall. And you see there's nothing behind it, and she kind of looks at it at first, and then she basically like takes the painting out of its like uh frame, and you see that in the area between the back of the frame and the painting that was there, something kind of slips out onto the floor. You both are looking at it.
Okay. What was that spell you just cast?
It was detect good and evil. I could find things which were purified or desecrated.
Okay. And do you reckon that that thing that slipped behind the painting is good or evil?
Well, uh, I suppose desecration is not always inherently evil, but that would certainly be what this is. As what you both are looking at appears to be a piece of this dried, kind of gray looking papyrus with this, like, symbol, which is almost like. It almost looks like it would be, like, branded into it as if it were skin.
I was just gonna say, is the papyrus the shade of drow skin?
Sure is.
Oh God. Yeah. I
Is
want
it
to know
the
if it's.
Necronomicon?
I want to know if it's Brita's skin or another drow. Like if she.
Cassie. Cassie.
Um. What?
Cassie. Make an Evil Dead movie in D&D.
God. Like
Start reading from the Necronomicon.
And this
every
is
part
my
of Cassie.
boomstick.
Every part of Cassie wants to, like, learn the eldritch truths behind this. But Avery is pretty fucked up as it is.
Meeper, I gotta say, that was a pretty groovy reference.
It, okay, I'm gonna approach it and observe it. Do I feel like any sort of negative energy coming off of it?
Not really, no.
What does the symbol look like?
Um, the symbol is it is almost like
Is
a.
it familiar to me?
No, it is not familiar.
Okay. All right. I turn to. I'm sorry. What was the cleric's name?
Marlene.
Marlene. I turn to Marlene, and I'm like, "Well, clearly that's the skin of a drow, but what on earth is it?"
I don't know, but if it has religious significance, it certainly isn't Takayo, and I wish to destroy it so that
Before you do that,
Salvador does not learn about it.
understood. Do you think it's safe to touch?
It is not cursed.
Okay.
It just
Would
might be
you
icky.
mind? Would you mind too terribly if I had a friend take a look at this before you destroy it?
Is this safe to touch? Starts chewing on it.
This safe
The
to
forbidden
touch.
gum.
Pokes 2 holes in it and wears it as mask.
Starts beef jerky. Yum.
She
No.
kind of seems to waffle on it. We're going to cut back to you, Cressida. What have you transformed into?
She's having tummy troubles.
Oh. Then we will go back to...
Catherine. What do you transform into?
How alarmed would they be if they saw a giant wasp?
How alarmed would they be if they saw a giant wasp?
We're underwater.
Yeah. Imagine if this creepy looking fucking like shrimp was just like buzzing around your room and going crazy. And you're like, what in the fuck is this? And now also imagine if you had like a gun just on you all the time that just
Oh my
like
God.
generated things instantly and could not miss. Would you use that gun against whatever this is that's just entered your fucking house?
Yeah, you might want to take a more subtle approach.
Yeah.
The hermit crab thing seemed to work out last time. Oh, you have to distract them? You could be a
Only-
dolphin.
no,
You could be like
well-
a dolphin doing tricks.
well- No. You only have to distract them if... You only have to distract them if, like, he's going towards the door.
Exactly. So like, I just like stand by and active if needed. So like, maybe I have to go the cute route. What is a cute animal?
Sea otter.
A sea otter.
Sea otters are adorable.
Just like in Finding Dory.
That's a sea lion. I said an otter.
No, they have a scene where they cuddle party with the otters, and they stop the truck.
Okay, do you choose?
I choose otter.
Alright. You turn into an otter and you are following him around. You see him going back into the room you were in earlier that you know leads to Priestess Brida's room.
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk in front of him and be as cute as possible.
Okay,
Like, hug up on his leg like a cat.
so she's like waffling on it, and then you kind of start to hear footsteps as if somebody's approaching, and she kind of, Merlene kind of like looks at you, and you see her like snap her fingers, and a produce flame spell comes up, and then you hear like this like weird chittering, and you both kind of like look at each other like, what the fuck? And you hear the bishop. He's like, what? Who left the door open again? Damn stray otters. And he just kind of like, yeah. You
I feel like rat.
yeah, you hear him kind of like step away, and then you just kind of hear what sounds like a straw broom, and he's like, go on! Go!
Yeah.
And Brida's like, fine, but you can't show this to anyone besides your companions, and I will find you later to destroy it personally myself. And you see her.
Marlene speaking to me right now?
Yeah. Uh huh.
Okay. I didn't know we switched POVs again.
Yeah, she like You see her like shake her hand, and like the fire like takes a moment to go out. She just like sticks her finger in her mouth. She's like, "Damn, never figured out that spell." Anyway, uh, she's like, "You go out the way you came, or whatever. I'll be fine if I leave now." And she kind of like opens the door, and she's like, "But I'll be back. I'll find you to make sure that gets destroyed." And she like slips out the door.
Okay.
I like the implication that stray otters is a problem that they frequently have.
It's like stray
Who didn't
cats.
call the exterminator this month?
Stray otters are the dumpster raccoons of the undersea world.
Yeah.
If you leave your dried fish outside, the sea otters are gonna come.
If you leave
You gotta put it in the trash can, and you gotta put the lid on the trash
if
can.
you leave uncracked oysters out anywhere, the otters are gonna get them.
Who left the ice cubes out? You know they love to hold them.
Okay. Yeah, I take the lockbox, I take the drow skin, and I take my happy. Am I gonna have to go invisible again?
Probably. It would be the safest.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll click the. I think that's my last charge for the day too. Fuck. All right. Yeah. I'll click it and I'll get out of here.
Alrighty. So you slip out the window. You try to put the painting in as much of a state as it was before you left, but there's not really much you can do about if he finds the lockbox missing or the chest popped open. But you just hope that Marlene will be able to cover for you. You go invisible. You slip out the window and close it behind you. And you kind of go to the shadows before the invisibility wears off and nobody sees you as you kind of just kind of keep walking along the wall until you're back inside the like sort of open air bazaar area.
Okay. I'm going to find Simon. Well, I'm gonna find the group actually. I'll talk to Simon later on when we're.
Alrighty. Yes, you see Simon kind of sat in like this circle he's drawn in the sand as there's just this kind of big floating bubble of water in front of him that Yen is holding up, and like you just see this like otter that the head priest is holding, and he just kind of like tosses it outside, and he's like, "And stay gone."
Well, I can smell Faye, right? So, do I know that that's Cressida?
Yeah, we'll just go with this.
Okay. I just kind of like giggle to myself.
Yeah, you see the head bishop, priest, whatever, kind of like wipe his hands off, and he's like, "Damn thing didn't bite me, did it?" As he turns around and starts heading back.
Okay. Catherine, you got thrown by the archbishop back out into the sea.
Not into the
Picked you up by your
ocean.
scruff. He picked you up by your scruff.
Yeah, you were definitely like long cat status for a while, as he was just kind of holding you at arm's reach.
Long cat status. Well, that didn't work.
I mean, it kind of did.
I mean, you're out, aren't you?
And you,
Yeah, it did exactly its job.
and you got the thing you're looking for.
That's true.
That worked.
I thought you guys had an ulterior motive for some reason.
Nope. We're making fresh water.
Yes. So yeah, at this point you catch up with Simon, who's finishing the ritual cast of purify food and drink, as the salt just kind of like as if it was like really heavy, just kind of like falls out onto the ground.
Can I say that I put like
You see a couple like snails unearth themselves from the sand and start trying to wiggle away.
Can I say that I put like a burlap cloth or something out to catch the sea salt because that's good for like cooking and stuff?
No,
Sure.
I wanna pick it up as you're doing it so that I can munch on it.
Just gonna eat sea salt. Just straight eat sea salt.
You do realize who you're talking to, right?
Yep, Morgan's the heart palpitation goat.
Meeper literally brought salt to my wedding so my heart wouldn't explode.
Yeah.
Well, surely you.
My
can't...
dad randomly handed me a salt packet like 3 months ago, and it's still in my hoodie.
Aww.
Well, surely you can't eat however many gallons worth of sea salt.
It's like
I'm gonna go
30.
feral.
You have more water than you need. Like, you shed off like almost half of it. 5 cubic feet of water is like 37 gallons.
Yeah, there's no way you can eat 37 gallons worth of salt in one sitting, and if you did, you would die.
I'm gonna turn around ferally and just say, "Watch me," and start eating it.
Well, this.
All right.
Oh yeah, I am trying to get as much of that salt as possible. It's good for preserving food. We can use it to preserve the crab meat and other such things that we've gotten.
I'm preserving my stomach, I say, while shoveling salt in my mouth.
Yeah, you get like a potion vials worth of salt. Basically be like a salt shaker, but unless you want salt to go into your like briefcase of holding, and therefore nothing will ever not have salt on it ever again if you put it in there, you're only going to be able to get like a large salt shaker's worth.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna laugh and say that I've bested you.
Well, you didn't exactly best me.
I'm still shoveling salt in my mouth. I think I've won.
All right. So yes, so you see Avery, you appear, you see Simon finish his ritual cast and collect some salts as you see Yen is eating salt. You don't know why. And then you see this sea otter walk up to you. What do you do?
I clench my stomach with my hand, and I'm like, I don't feel too good, guys. I think I need to go back to the tavern.
I mean, okay.
I'm gonna hold up a handful of salt midway, like chomping on salt, and just say, "You need some?"
I think we're all a little unwell at the moment. So yes, let's head back to the tavern.
Yeah, I've just, I've never used my ability to blink out of existence before, and I think it left a little, left me a little nauseous,
I'm gonna hold up 2 hands worth of salt this time.
And then,
You do that, and kind of like at that moment, you're like, oh god, I'm so dehydrated, and just kind of put your entire head in the bubble of water and start drinking.
Well, isn't it convenient? We have it right there.
Yeah, it does not taste great, but it is refreshing.
I'm actually unironically wicked thirsty. I'm gonna go grab a bottle of water.
well, hurry up, because the whole point is to talk to you about something.
Alright, so, yeah, Yen, you go and take the water to put them back into the cauldrons as the rest of you head back to the tavern, which was paid for by the head clergy.
Yes.
Water obtained.
What are you waiting for, Gary?
So we're heading back to the tavern.
Yeah, because I want to share my findings with you, but I wanted to do it in some place private.
Just be careful, because if they paid for this, we don't know who's listening.
That's true. Does anybody have the ability to find out if we're being watched? Or listened to, spied on? Is there even something for that?
Not like magically. Well, like you can do something to make it so that like magical spying, like scrying, doesn't work. But like if there's just somebody creeping at your window, that's just up to you to find them.
I think we're good.
Somebody want to check like the windows or doors, like just to see if anybody's doing a little peeky?
Maybe that's.
Well, I'll say I'm coming up after everyone else because I had to go drop off the water. Can I just check around to make sure I don't see anyone on the way up to the room?
Sure, go and make a perception check.
And then you exploded because you had so much sodium in your body that it reacted with the water instantly, and you just fucking popped.
You don't know that. Ooh.
Alrighty. Yes, as you're walking, you kind of hear something out the window, and you look and you see these like pots, and you see one of them is like tipped over, and there's like, wait, you can tell like these are like this place's equivalent of trash cans, and you just see like SC Otter scrounging through it, but that's all you really find.
I'm gonna like, can I like kick the side of the trash can and be like, Cressida, stop eating trash?
Sure, you kind of like, you're inside, so you just like pick up like a stone or something, and you just throw it at the side of the pot, and you just yell at it like it's Cressida, and you just hear like a chittering as it scrambles away, and then you see Cressida fly by you.
Poor goddamn thing.
Hey, your twin was in the trash can.
That's my family.
Well, now it's not in the trash can.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'm taking care of the pests. Damned things get in the church, apparently. I heard him shouting about it while purifying the water.
I was booing it out.
That was you. I'm sorry, I got salt madness.
Yes, she overdosed on sodium.
I would never. I have a heart condition. Thank you very much, Simon.
Yes, and they,
More
We're
like a
just talking
heart
about
condition.
pots.
and they make prescribed medications for that.
I will not be taking drugs.
What are you, poor, 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 baby, baby, poor, poor? Just be rich.
Just buy a house.
Just pull yourself up by your bootstraps, stupid.
It's for the best, honestly. You can't really be drinking and doing prescription drugs, can you?
You don't need to talk about my alcoholism on a Tuesday, Simon.
It's Saturday, actually.
This is a Wednesday conversation, not a Tuesday conversation.
Anyways, I produce the drow skin and lockbox for Simon.
Oh.
And I'm like, I found these, and they seemed suspicious, so I thought I'd take it to you before messing with it myself.
Well, all right. I'm gonna cast ritual cast identify first on the weird flesh leather.
Don't like that.
Alrighty. So you cast Identify on it. But the only thing it spits back out is that this has been, it's had like a decently high level casting of, what is the spell called? Second level. Uh, Decently high level casting of Gentle Repose put on it.
What does Gentle Repose do?
Corpse or remains for the duration. It is protected from decay and cannot become undead or decay. That is all. Whatever the branding on it is not magical.
I see. Well, I can't really tell you much about this, but let's see how it goes with the lockbox. And then I do it again.
You think it's kind of sus that it's made of drow skin, though?
A little.
A little.
Or, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that the brand is completely non-magical, but the magic that is in it is
Foreman.
very mundane. It it's basically the equivalent of a light spell.
A light spell of death.
Or I think it's Skywrite is also similar. But that is all. It's not like magic tattoo or anything else like that.
Well, as far as I can tell.
Oh. I didn't even think of that.
As far as I can tell, it's largely mundane, inert. Any magic left on it is fairly useless. It just seems whoever stripped this of its owner simply didn't want it to decay. Maybe it has some sort of religious significance. That being said, let's move on to the lockbox.
Okay.
And I cast Identify again.
Alrighty. You cast Identify on it, but the box is not magical.
Well, we're 0 for 0 right now, guys.
Then I guess it's safe to lockpick.
There could be
Alrighty.
some sort of mechanical trap.
Well, you're the tinkerer.
I was
You would
actually,
know.
that's what I was going to say. Let me take a closer look at it, just in case it's booby trapped. And I'm gonna work it over, see if it's got any kind of non-magical warding, like if it's opened without a key, maybe some spikes will pop out and pierce the would-be thief's hand or some silly thing like that.
Alrighty. Go and make investigation check.
Yes. Ooh. Well, I don't feel like using a luck point on this.
Alrighty. You look the box over, but if there's any hidden buttons or spiky pointy bits or anything like that, you did not find them.
Well, as far as I can tell, it is safe. If you want to break in, go for it.
Um, I think you should lockpick this one
Why me?
because you're proficient, and because I did the hard work, and I don't want any repercussions in case it's cursed.
Are you not proficient?
No, I am. The problem is I don't want like a boxing glove on a spring to come out and punch me in the face.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay, well,
It's even funnier that that's happened to Gonzo before.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I can't. It'd be a sleight of hand check to open it, right? But my sleight of hand, I don't have proficiency in. It's just the lockpicking tools.
Meeper made me roll dexterity for mine.
Yeah, so that's what I'll just do that.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's dexterity, and you add proficiency if you're proficient in lockpicking tools.
Cool.
13. Okay. It takes you quite a while to pick it open. The lock feels a little more complicated than you are used to. And eventually you do manage to, not very cleanly, but still effectively pop the box open.
And what's inside?
Inside, you see a potion bottle, 2 scrolls, and a piece of jewelry.
I'm going to cast Identify on the potion bottle.
Okay. It is a greater potion of healing.
Oh, coolties. We could use this, and I put it in my pouch. And what are the scrolls?
the other?
Do I need to cast Identify on the scrolls, or is the spell on the scrolls, if it's a spell scroll, plain as day?
They are spell scrolls, and the spells are on the scrolls. One of the scrolls has Gentle Repose on it. And the other one, go and roll a d2 for me.
Uh-oh.
Okie dokie. And then go ahead and roll a d26 for me.
Sure you don't want some of this?
I'm sure I just ate Moe's. I'm super full.
Shit.
Right, now go and roll a d13 for me.
A piece of this fell on the floor and I can't bend down. I've got a paper towel right here. Can you help me out? Please.
I'll be back in a moment.
Somebody else roll a d13 for Tommy.
Tommy's dad sounds like Eric. Did somebody else roll a d13?
I tried. I did not succeed.
Alright. Morgan did and got a 13. Alrighty. The spell scroll is for the spell Summon Beast.
Okay. Is that just like a spell version of Bag of Tricks?
Nope. It is an actual spell. Call forth a bestial spirit. Manifests in an unoccupied space you can see in range. Uses the bestial spirit stat block. Choose an environment, air, land, or water. Resembles an animal of your choice, native to the chosen environment, which also changes certain stats in its stat block. Creature disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or when the spell ends. It is a concentration spell that lasts 1 hour.
I'm back.
It is a small beast. Hello. The spell scroll you pulled was for Summon Beast.
Splendid. Alright, how do we want to divide this loot? And that was it? Just the spell scrolls and the potion bottle? Oh,
And a piece of jewelry.
a piece of jewelry. And I'm obviously going to cast Identify on the piece of jewelry.
It is not magic.
Oh, well, what is it?
It's,
Does it look like the does it look like the symbol I pawned off?
no.
Aw.
It instead looks, it is a, necklace with a silver chain, and on the chain there is a sort of golden ball with 8 additional small slivers of gold that are attached to like very small chain links.
I will be stepping away for approximately 3.9 minutes to go and grab my chicken. I will be back.
Chimkin.
Is it like a pendulum?
No. It kind of looks like a spider.
That's not on theme. I don't know why I should have something like that.
Really weird. But yeah, it's worth, as far as you can tell, about 120 gold.
Okay.
That'll help pay my pawn debt off. I'm assuming because I stole it, its ownership was with me.
Well, that's up for debate. No, I'm just kidding. I don't care.
Listen, this fucking crossbow has done us so many favors. I need to pay that shit off.
So you're saying that, and Platinum kind of perks up, and they're like, "You're in debt."
Not really in debt.
Yeah.
We're not.
No, I am.
Not necessarily. We have an item up for collateral. So, should the debt not be repaid, the collateral should suffice as
Yes, and
payment due.
I hand him the crossbow, and I'm like, this is what I got in return for putting up a very valuable piece of jewelry up for collateral.
Oh, I see. Well, if the merchant is in town, I think I can make this whole thing go away.
Really?
You mean get our pendant back and keep the crossbow?
Do you shit silver?
No.
Cressida, that is an incredibly rude question to ask. Clearly, if anything, it would be platinum, because it's what their entire body is made of.
I forgot platinum was also a currency.
So, when you say that, you mean to ameliorate the situation? As in non-violent, or I guess...
Oh, yes, no, I'm not, much of a combatant, as it were. It's not like anything wants to eat me, besides a Zorn, I guess, as I've learned.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would be fantastic. I'll be honest, like, this debt over my head has been really worrying me, so this is not Avery speaking for this part. The merchant is not in this town, right? The merchant is in the
No, he was here.
He was here?
Uh-huh.
Oh. fuck yeah. I grab his arm and I'm like, let's go, buddy. And like start hopping and skipping and clicking my heels.
Before you get too excited, I think it's more of a transfer of debt, sort of like how some charities will purchase the debt of some debtors.
Well, Platinum said that he would help us out for saving him. And I guess this is...
Well, I just wouldn't want to see you remain in debt.
Well, okay. Well, Platinum's been very forthright with us so far, so I'll ask him. I'll be like, this isn't simply a transfer of debt, is it? Because if so, then
I mean, I can make no promises that the proprietor of whatever store will be willing to accept the offer, but provided they are serious about being any sort of merchant, I'm foolish to accept.
Right, but what I mean is, I won't instead be indebted to you rather than him.
Oh, no. Nothing.
Okay. Okay, yeah, great. No, that's fantastic. And I lead him to the man's.
All right. Lead Platinum back to the sort of like crossbow maker.
While still skipping. And
Yeah.
Goldshard is just like holding on to Avery's hair, like trailing behind.
Yeah, so you lead Platinum there. And you see the guy be like, "Oh, you're back." And he's talking to you, Avery. He's like, still got your doohickey. You got my money, or you just stopping by?"
As a matter of fact, my good friend here, who I did a favor for, is willing to alleviate my debt for me.
And Platinum's like, "Yes, I don't have the money, but I think I have something else you might be interested in." You see Platinum kind of like root through their suit pockets and eventually produce a letter, not unlike the ones you all have. And Platinum grabs one of the edges and duplicates it and puts it back into their kind of suit vest pocket, and kind of puts it down on the desk. And they're like, "This is all yours if you're willing to hand back the collateral or the, I must say, fine work done." And you see Platinum's hand is still on the letter, but you see the guy, the Triton man who made the crossbows, like literally like put his face on the desk to like look at the letter and like looks it over a couple more times, like kind of excited. And he just kind of like looks back at Platinum and pauses for a moment, and he's like, "Deal." And you see him quickly produce the talisman once again and hand it to Platinum before taking the letter.
I'm gonna get right up to Avery's ear.
Is it me, or are these invitations more valuable than we originally thought?
I was thinking the same thing. I mean, had I known...
Perhaps in our future endeavors we may find ourselves using them as bargaining chips.
I will note that the letter is similar, but not the same. The wax sigil on it is different.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I retract my statement.
Yeah, you see the Triton. He quickly pockets the letter He looks like he would sooner have you pull it from his cold dead hands than give it over willingly. And he's like, well, hope you didn't have any other shopping to do. I must close up for the day. Uh, but you'll see it's in pristine condition, as I found.
Um, before I like leave, can I investigate it to make sure that it is the same article that I left him with?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Okay. I want to make sure he didn't pawn.
You rolled a 21. It seems, like he said, exactly as you left it. You even,
Okay.
like, look at it, and, like, because it's, like, so sleek and refined, you can, like, see thumbprints in it, and you're like, oh, okay, I think these might literally be mine.
Okay. Then, yeah, satisfied with what I see, I bow, or that's too formal. I say my thanks, and then, yeah, I leave. I'm very happy that I am no longer in debt, and that we have the amulet and the cool crossbow. That's 2 favors Platinum's done for me now. Last time he went and bought me a set of thieves' tools, which is very poggers of him.
Platinum.
Yeah.
Platinum, my friend, if you don't mind me asking, or rather, theorizing, was that perchance an invitation to the specific Merchants Guild that you are a member of? And if so, is it really that prestigious?
It certainly is.
Prestigious
Say,
enough for this gentleman to close up his entire shop.
Well, let's just say he'll want to look through his wares and procure the best things he has to get them ready for sale. But, yes, invitations such as these are quite rare, and giving out ones such as these letters are linked on a chain with one another. Not only am I giving him access to this mercantile guild, but I am also staking my reputation that he will not cause problems within said guild.
You seem to have some very powerful connections. I actually have a favor that I would like to ask. Do you have anybody in your network, maybe perhaps even you yourself, would anybody that you know be able to cast some sort of resurrection spell? You see, my sister's soul is trapped in this construct, and I would very much like to see her get her body back.
You see Platinum kind of, like, mull it over for a moment, but they're like, if such a thing exists within the guild, I must say I don't really know about it. My species are very adverse to death, so rarely pay attention to such things, and from the sounds of it, what you're looking for is quite powerful.
I know.
Usually those who are offering those services want more than just monetary compensation, if I had to guess.
I know the exact spell that I need and the exact amount of money that it costs. Unfortunately, it's rather expensive, and I've so far only managed to acquire less than 1/10 of the total funds that I need.
I see. Well, unfortunately, I don't believe I can offer you much else. However, if you one day are invited to visit as a shopper, perhaps you can do some digging of your own.
Sounds like a lovely idea. Well, I won't take up any more of your time. Thank you.
Let's see. Well, with that, I feel my own debt has been properly repaid. But, for now, I'll stick around in case anything else comes up that you might need my help with.
Well, you are certainly welcome to travel with us. However, we will be going back to the surface and procuring a seafaring vessel as quickly as possible.
I see.
Yes, your company is more than welcome anytime. Dare I say, call you a friend.
That is.
Sorry to interrupt, but
Yeah?
I acquired chicken and a husband, so
The husband.
That's
Yep.
I hate that word.
I like it.
You created a word
Sounds
that
like
I hate.
Chud and husband. My husband.
Yes, Cassie, those are those words.
I'm just saying what it reminded me of.
And I'm just making fun of you. That's all.
Yeah. Don't you have like a sock
Yeah,
to just
yeah.
pubescent teenage boy?
Oh my god.
Y'all are gross.
No, it was fucking hilarious.
Gonna go steal nudie mags from the convenience store? Who am I kidding? We live in fucking 2024. Like,
Yeah.
that hasn't been a thing since like the 90s. Not to
Alrighty.
derail things,
Yeah.
but
Not to derail things. Back to
Not to
away
derail.
from the cum sock and back to platinum.
not to derail things, but I'm kind of sad that it's the 20s again and nobody has handlebar mustaches or wears suits.
We don't have flappers or swing dance or women smoking those cigarettes on those long stick things.
Not to derail things, but I really do miss prohibition.
Oh my god, speakeasies? It's the 20s and we don't have speakeasies again.
But you can speak easy.
We barely even have
Oh
any
my-
speakeasy themed bars.
Guys, that means that we're only 20 years away from the next Holocaust. Oh my god.
Guys, we're only 40 years away from segregation.
Guys,
Let's
we're only
go.
40 years away from the next Cold War. Oh, wait.
We're only 96 years away from the next fucking pandemic.
Oh god. Sprite.
Any whore.
My Bulbasaur plush has a hole on the tip of the bulb that goes a lot deeper than you would think it would.
I don't like
I
where
think
this is
you
going.
also have a hole at the tip of your bulb.
Catherine, I think you need to shut up.
Shut the fuck up.
Bottom of the sea.
Not the bulba pussy.
Speaking of whores, did I tell you my doctor told me that all trans men starting teen need to go on PrEP because they just immediately become whores?
Oh,
They need to go on what?
PrEP, which is like an anti-HIV thing.
Oh.
Yeah, apparently testosterone makes you mad horny.
Yeah. You ain't wrong.
Yeah, can confirm.
oh no.
That's funny because I've had the exact opposite effect. starting hormones.
Sorry for the whore segue, but I felt like we needed to, it was that part of the night.
It was important.
Dungeons
Emphasis on
and
the
Dragons.
Back to platinum.
This fucking guy.
Fist fucking.
Alrighty. Yeah, well, it's getting fairly late in the day. I don't know if there's anything else you all want to do.
You have
If
to
you
go
were going
give that. You have to go give all this shit back to what's her name so she can burn it, or at least the flesh leather.
Stop calling it flesh leather.
I'll call it fleather.
I like it. I like it.
I don't-
Flesh.
I-
That's my new band.
Oh, God.
We are the Flesh Leathers. 1, 2, 3.
I still am waiting for someone to start reading off whatever it says and the ancient rites, and all of a sudden the fucking Necronomicon is just gonna...
Oh my god.
I'm gonna stop.
I can't wait for that symbol to just be like the hand circle thing, like you lost the game.
I've already done that joke, Cassie.
I need to find
We'll do it again.
It was a
Did you
secret statue Sax found that let him cast 2 mage hands at once.
Did you realize that both of your Discord icons are looking the same way? What are they looking at?
Are you focused on this or not? Because you are like...
I'm staring at it right now.
Alright. So yeah, what do you all do?
It's getting pretty late, you said. I think we should call it a night here and try to meet back up with what's her name to give her back that weird piece of etched drow skin. No, fuck it. Flesh leather. I'm calling it flesh leather.
I fucking hate you.
And so she can dispose of it properly. And isn't like, what is it? You said they were going to meet back up with us in 3 days for the tribunal?
You don't know how long it's going to be.
Right. Well, I'm still firmly in the belief that we did nothing wrong, and we don't have to lie. We just omit certain facts. Everything we say is going to be 100% true. We're just not going to talk about the icky parts, so as not to spark some sort of race riot. So I say we just stay the night, and maybe tomorrow, while we're waiting, we'll figure out something else to do.
Oh, Simon, I forgot to mention that Marlene requests that once you're done examining the flesh leather, as you call it, that she would like to destroy it.
Of course.
To be fair, she said she'd find... Or, I believe you said she said she'd find you.
Wow, the way you put that made it sound so ominous.
That's what it fucking sounded ominous.
But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. She did say that she would meet up with us at some point. So
If you guys go back to the recording and hear just Nami is sniffing my microphone and she is purring, so it's very, very much for sure going to show up on the recording.
Yeah.
She's being a real attention whore since we moved.
Since you moved 20 feet.
I moved to my
Every
dad's
time
house.
you...
Moved to my dad's apartment, and she is scared of everything, and she's not getting along with my
Where's
dad's
Eric?
cat. Oh, living
Eric
with his
moving with his.
mom. Kind of stopped caring. Not about Eric.
No, fair. I get it.
More about I don't really care what his living situation is going to be because I can't impact it in any capacity. It's
Because I
kind of
don't fucking like his mom.
it's for him to deal with at this point. Oh, his mom is a not a nice
It's a crazy
person.
woman. She sprayed him with bleach. Like a
Yeah,
dog.
but he also drank it, so
Well, to be fair, Trump told him to.
true. Trump did tell him to in like 2014 when he did it.
No,
So,
she
do you
didn't.
all return to your rooms?
Yeah, at least that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, I might go down for a drink, keep an eye out for Marlene, but
All right. How late do you stay?
probably midnight.
Midnight? Alrighty. So, as you are just kind of at the bar drinking, and so Simon's sleeping. What does everybody else do?
Simon's not.
Hellions probably
Simon's,
drink.
So I want to say specifically because I didn't bring it up earlier. But I am gonna stay up a little bit late to continue restoring that rusty old gun that I bought.
Okie dokie.
I'll stay up till around midnight as well, just in case something happens between Marlene and Avery.
Alrighty. So you're tinkering with your weapon. What are you doing, Yen?
Probably drinking.
Alright. What about Cressida?
She messaged me saying that she is also just fucking around until midnight. I guess she is in the bathroom again.
I see.
What did Catherine eat? Is she okay?
I don't know. We ate the same thing. We do what we do every D&D night, which is just get pizza. And I guess this pizza didn't sit well. Didn't bother me though.
Which is just get super fiber bomb deluxe pizza.
I knew it. She poisoned us. She put laxatives on Catherine's side of the pizza.
Yeah, because I really want that fortune that she's. I want to be.
There's
I want
other
her
reasons.
will.
There's other reasons to poison your romantic partner. Have you ever heard of something called Munchausen by proxy?
Yes, but that's something
you-
that happens between a mother and a child.
Have you ever heard of something called comedic relief?
Besides, if Cassie wanted to poison Catherine, she would just, like, do it like you're giving a pill to a cat. Just kind of, like, put her fingers on either side of her jaw until she opens up and then just drop it in there.
Wrap it in cheese and hope that she doesn't notice.
Yeah, wrap it
I
in
always
cheese
couldn't
pizza.
In air quotes, accidentally knock a piece of cheese off of the counter with, oh, it's got a pill in it.
Look,
You
we
gotta,
all
like-
know that the only accident Catherine is prone to is falling down the stairs.
And in the shower.
And in the shower.
I was gonna say something fucked up. I'm not gonna.
Alright.
And it
Yeah,
Finally,
so-
some sensibility.
At around, like, 10:30, 11 p.m., you actually hear what sounds like rain.
Sounds like what?
Rain.
That's not concerning.
Rain.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God. I go outside and look at the aqueduct.
Yeah, it is what appears to be raining.
Is there like a storm cloud and everything?
There is no storm cloud now.
Is there somebody nearby?
There's the barkeep, the sea elf woman.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm sorry. Is the sky falling? What's happening out there?
Oh, no, sometimes the, aqueduct, just kind of sweats, I guess?
Is it like But, I mean, not to be insensitive, but does your skin require moisture? Like, why does it do that?
From what I've heard, it helps to relieve pressure, as well as certain sea creatures which live under the sand rely on that moisture.
Who built these aqueducts, anyways? Do you know?
Um, I'm not an aqueduct technician myself. I would ask them, but from what I've heard, they're not exactly built. They sort of form if the right conditions are met.
So this is a natural phenomenon? That's what you're saying?
It's like a natural phenomenon that we have learned to control.
It's really interesting. Huh. Okay. Well, as long as we're safe and it's not gonna flood, then I'm sorry. Maybe I've had a bit much to drink, but I'm kind of floored by this.
It's a bit Uzumaki there.
I see.
That's a bit creepy.
So you've never seen water fall from the sky? It must truly be dry up there.
Not in the sense that you're thinking. Usually it's accompanied by very hot streaks of static electricity.
Odd. Yes. But yeah, around midnight, you kind of don't hear her come in through the rain, but eventually you do see Marlene kind of in a cloak sit down at the table across from you.
As promised. Here you go.
Oh, you were in your room tinkering.
Oh. No, when I said I was in my room, I was gonna go to sleep. I decided to remember. I also said in case something goes down between Avery and Marlene.
Oh, okay. So you're just
Yeah.
tinkering and at the table. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just kind of out there doing
Right.
my thing, watching over this interaction.
Okay. Yeah. So you hand it to her. She's like, "Good." And she just kind of looks at the woman at the bar, and you see them kind of nod to each other, and she kind of like goes into what's the bathroom, and you see the bartender kind of stand outside of it, and literally within a minute she comes back out and orders something.
I'm
Yeah.
so sorry. I just completely spaced. Did you say that Marlene walked into the tavern?
Yeah, Marlene walked to the tavern. I gave her the flesh leather. She went to the bathroom, and the yes, I feed on your discomfort, Morgan.
Good.
So apparently the bartender was standing guard at the bathroom.
Okay. Like, as in not letting her in?
Not letting anybody else in behind her. That's what it seemed like to me. Is that a correct assumption, Meeper?
Seems to be about what happened, yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. So she sits back down and she orders something, and then kind of under hushed tones she's like, "Did you happen to find anything else that could have been seen as incriminating?"
Not necessarily. It seemed as though whoever carved this from its source simply didn't want it to decay. That's all I can really glean from it. The runes and etchings were foreign to me. I could not figure out what they were.
Let's see.
However, in her belongings, we did also find a scroll of gentle repose. So
Well,
it might be safe to say this isn't the only one she has lying around. The only piece of skin parchment, I mean.
well, if there was any others, it was not branded or under the same guise as the one that I found. At least the spell I casted could not find it.
Perhaps they are just in different locations. When did you say Breda moved down here?
Before I was born.
Now, elves live for an extraordinarily long time. Is there a chance that in this time, since before you were born, she was somewhere else, performing these dark rituals and stripping her fellow drow of their flesh?
Truth be told, I don't know much about Rita's past. But if she did, it was before my time. She has, always said that she wishes to look at the world outside of Drow society, opposed to dwell on her time in it.
We are well out of earshot of the bartender, right? Or any other patrons?
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking about some pretty heavy shit out loud.
Like, you are the only ones in here besides the Bart.
Okay. And the bartender seemed like she was, or like they, I guess, didn't ask. The bartender seemed like they were in on it since they were seemingly an accomplice to the, they were guarding the door for her.
Yeah, you don't know what these two relationship is to each other, but they seem at least acquainted.
Okay. Well, if, did you hear any word about when we're supposed to be summoned for this trial, this tribunal?
I don't quite know, but seeing as how there's currently a void in the church, I feel like they would want to move fast on it. I would not be surprised if you heard a knocking at your door come tomorrow.
Splendid. Well, now that this interaction is over, I think I will be off to bed. I trust you'll know what to say when the time is right.
Yes. Rest well.
Fantastic. And Simon's just gonna walk to his room and go nappy time.
Yes, Simon does the big eeps.
Simon Eep.
Yeah. Did you want to talk to her about anything, Avery or anyone else?
I don't know if this has been asked, but I want to ask if, like, how she plans to destroy it, like what means she's going to use.
She's like, it's already burnt.
Mm-hmm. Did I miss something?
Yeah, she went
after...
to the bathroom to burn it, and the bartender was guarding the door so that nobody went in while she was doing it. That's what she was doing in the bathroom.
Okay. Wasn't sure. So what did you do? Like, how did you destroy it?
Same thing as I was going to do before you,
Oh, I'm
stopped.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Simple, create a flame spell.
Okay.
I'm terribly sorry, but in addition to the scrolls and the potion, we did also find a necklace of sorts. And I'm gonna show her the necklace. Do you know anything about this? The significance of it, perhaps?
Yeah. I do not, but given her affinity for spiders that we saw, I feel as if this pendant might be somewhat incriminating.
Right, so, do you think we should get rid of it, or perhaps smelt it down and pawn off the raw materials?
I would prefer it's destroyed. If you wish to smelt it down, so be it, but just do not produce it to any authority.
Right.
And if you do not tell them where you got it from.
If I do smelt it down for just the raw materials, will it lose its value? Because a lot of the value of jewelry comes from the intricacies and the way it's crafted.
It would probably be worth only like 100 gold. There are like some sellers who probably wouldn't like it because they thought it was like ugly jewelry, but there are also probably some buyers who would pay more than 120 because it's the way it is. Just depends on the market you're in, but like if you smelt it down, it's probably worth just a flat 100.
Okay, then I'll just smelt it. I'm gonna how would I go about it? It's just gold, right? Or it's a silver chain. Silver has a low melting point, so I can probably just...
This is something where you'd have to ask like a blacksmith or something if you could use their forge for a couple hours.
Yeah. Is there a blacksmith in town?
Roll a d20 for me. Or no, roll a d100 for me. There is not.
Dang. Well, I will shove this into the deepest recesses of my bag of holding, and we can probably pawn it as is to somebody else once we get back to the surface.
Okie dokie. So, do you all retire for the night?
Yeah, I for sure do. I know I said I did before, but now I for real do.
Yes, I do as well.
Yes.
Alright. So, you all rest with the pitter-patter of rain outside of your rooms, and you are somewhat startlingly awoken fairly early in the morning. It's like 6:37. You're pretty tired. Which one of you goes to answer the door?
I'll do it.
All right. So you open the door. You see a Brighton man. He is a little thin and wiry, but also kind of tall. He's in like a kind of like suit suspender combo with a bow tie. And he's like, yes, hello. Sorry for this being so early, but I come with correspondence for your summons at
Shall I
10 a.m.
go?
this morning before four nobles, town of Wimsburg.
Shall I go awaken my compatriots then?
Yes, just ensure that they are ready.
10 a.m. Understood.
Yes, I would not recommend keeping them late. First impressions, whatnot. But I wish you the best.
Of course. Thank you very much.
He hands you like a scroll to remind you, and he leaves.
I'm gonna just stay. What time was it that he knocked?
It was like 7:30.
Okay. Okay. Sure. I'll just stay up and continue tinkering with the gun until like 9:30, and then I'll wake everybody up. Get everybody up a half hour early.
Alrighty. So yeah, some of them wake up on their own time. Others who are more of sleepy heads, like Cressida, you wake up and inform them of the meeting you are due for. I assume you head to the sort of political center building.
Yeah.
That'd be correct.
Alrighty. You head that way. Huh. Sorry. Yes. You head that way. You go through a set of large doors similar to the churches, but again, it was kind of across the way from there. And you are immediately in sort of like this clear, like almost Senate-like room. You see like a large, long desk wraps around the far wall, which is where the nobles sit. And then there are many chairs for political theater and whatnot to happen. You can also tell that this acts as a courtroom. And you all, I assume, arrive like as early as you can from when you left. So you're like 5 minutes early. And you're just kind of sitting around. You see there's like the closest thing to like a stenographer there, who's kind of prepping some ink pens and parchment, as well as you see that Salvador, the bishop, he is there. Marlene is not. And after some time, you see the courier who approached you this morning be like, now presenting the nobles of our fair city of Whimsburg, Angel, Bobbit, Sol, and Dalsim. And you see these 4 Tritons walk in. You see Angel. She is fairly lavishly dressed for Triton society. You know, nice jewelry, okay, sleeker dress. Bobbit, you see, is like this kind of rough-looking, like, imagine a chimney sweep, but like the chaddest of chimney sweeps. You see Soul is clearly like the oldest one. He's even though he's like hunched over, he's still like pretty tall. Like he would be taller than Bobbit if he wasn't hunched over, and he has like this like long flowing silver mustache. But that's like his only hair besides like very excessively bushy eyebrows. And then Dalsim, you see, is in these sort of like robes. He almost kind of looks like a judge. However, the robes have that like I don't know how to describe it. Like, you know that like heavy sort of like doctor vest kind of like button up thing going on. That's
Just to
supposed.
confirm, Delcine was the one that we were told was like the kind of prophety.
He's like the bridge between church and state.
Right.
That is correct. Yes. They all sit down. You see Soul is kind of the lead talker, and he's like, right then, state your names.
Simon Krieger, former steward of House Dillinger. I'm pleased to meet you.
Right. He looks at the next person to Simon's right, which is Avery.
It's like Avery Ironbite, street urchin.
Quite sure that's a profession, but alright then. He looks at your shoulder to see Cressida there.
I'm Cressida. I'm a bone fairy. Family's dark, but I'm reformed.
You see, like, two of the nobles behind Soul just kind of look at each other, and they're like, just kind of shrug, like they don't know what. None of those words make sense to them. Then they look at you, Yennefer.
I will curtsy and say, Yennefer of Vengerberg, former diplomat.
I see. And then, is Brandon here to game, or is he just home?
Brennan's here to game.
Okay, so yeah, he looks to the right of you, Yen, and just sees this mountain of a man.
You do not need to know my name.
I wouldn't piss off the people.
Piss off the people. It's not like Kratos necessarily has a great name or anything. Like, great reputation.
Soul kind of stands firm, and he's like, you will state your name before this tribunal.
It's really not that big a deal. I would just do it and get it over with.
Kratos.
Great. Right. Tell your type already, and he kind of looks over at Bobbit. Soul is like, right then. You will tell us all you know about the apparent death of our head priestess Bruta, as well as one of those under her watch.
Wait, why didn't we keep the skin for evidence?
We're trying to clear Brita of the crime so that it doesn't spark like a wave of xenophobia amongst the Tritons and the currently occupying Drow. Or rather even like land people and sea people.
Right. But in exchange, we get tossed in fucking prison.
My understanding is that the story we're going with is we got there and we were in line to help with the ritual. We're going to skip over the whole battle part because everything else we're going to say is true.
the aqueduct collapsed, completely destroying the ship.
Okay, so we're just gonna blame it on the aqueduct.
Yeah, and if they go to check on it, they'll see that the aqueduct did collapse and the ship is completely destroyed. Any remains have been conveniently consumed. You psychopaths.
You know what might be a better idea?
Do
If
you want?
information? If you
Go
want,
ahead.
sorry. What might be a better option actually is if you want like people helping you like hunt that bounty hunter before he gets to you, maybe you could pin it on him. That way you have a whole community of people helping you
That's the thing.
find the guy.
I don't know their name. All I would say is that
Yeah, but you would have more people on your side.
If you will, because of my charisma and it being Yennefer's background, literally doing this kind of shit, can I take the lead?
also we were
I think we can mix all of that together if you think about it.
and we were also tricked by
Good letting it take the
that
lead.
Regis guy as well.
Oh yeah, I'm cool with letting Yen take over this whole thing.
Okay,
That
sure.
is her field.
Sure.
Dear nobles, we come before you today to tell you about the terrible fate that befell the... What the fuck was the name of the ship?
The Freya.
The Freya. We originally went here looking to assist the Priestess Brita and her crew. However, when we reached the ship, the aqueduct had already begun to kind of seem weak, so we quickly made work of trying to find where they were. We searched on and on, in which we found strange things in this ship, such as gambling rigs and that decided to shoot at us, and other assorted creatures. And while there, we noticed that the ship was very unstable. Upon crossing from one side to the other, a creature or perhaps a person appeared, and they seemed to have violent intent. At that time, the aqueduct sprung a leak, and it caused us to have to run. The person was seen crushed, but we never found Priestess Brita. And due to that, the ship was crushed, presumably crushing them as well.
Yeah, you see Soul kind of immediately looks at Bobbit, and Bobbit says, "Yeah, I could see that. There was only one gate holding up that aqueduct, and really, one gate systems are not good, especially if they're near something like a shipwreck, which already could mess them up. I could see that."
Not to mention, the structural integrity was further weakened by the sudden ejecting of an entire section of the ship, helmed by one dread pirate Regis, who had apparently been trapped in stasis in a magically in some sort of enchanted painting, and that certainly did not help with the ship's integrity.
This kind of like causes a bit of an uproar between the nobles and some of the other people who are there. Some people are like calling you a liar. Some people are like kind of like angry that there's a possibility that you let the dread pirate Regis free. But eventually some order comes in, and you see Aniel. She walks up and she's like, "Are you saying that you might be partially responsible for freeing the dread pirate Regis?"
I take full responsibility for that. I may have let my emotions and
a distinct overflow of empathy get to me. I did not know that he was a pirate. I only knew that he and I have some shared circumstances.
Let's see. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
I am going to use a luck point if this sucks. I'm going to keep a 15.
You see her kind of like leaning on the desk with each of her fingers kind of like spread out to support her before she kind of goes into a slightly more relaxed position, and she's like, "Damn it, Regis. Couldn't have had slightly more of an outreach of reputation.
If,
So that's our own damn fault for not
for
warning people, but
what it's worth, I have been thoroughly admonished for my actions by the rest of my friends here, and I take full responsibility for that.
let's see. We cannot blame you for not keeping the reality of who the Dread Pirate Regis was alive, even if we thought he was almost certainly dead. But it seems as if his claims of being unkillable are true. Shall keep this in mind. Also, you mentioned something about a gambling rig going on.
Yes, most of the machines down there were largely non-functional, except for one which seemed fairly pristine. And in attempting to jostle it, maybe to pry it open and see why it was so pristine, it came to life and began firing on us.
Let's see, and did this cause any damage to the structure of the ship?
No, only to the structure of our bodies.
Right then. Well, the Freya was converted into a luxury ship some odd years after fall of Dread Pirate Regis. See that being the case. Now, you said you found Brita herself, correct?
We did not. We were never able to reach her. Presumably, she was somewhere deep within the ship that we were not able to reach due to it collapsing too quickly. But we didn't even find any semblance of human life until a strange figure appeared in the center of the ship that caused us to have to leave.
I see.
I have a question. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
But I have a question. Is Marlene in the jury or on like the? Is she testifying in this at all?
She is. You go and make a perception check.
Is you.
Because we know that Marlene already told her version of the story to the clergyman at the church.
Right. And if she's not there, that might be a bad thing for us. What did I roll?
A 6.
Oof.
You look around, but if she, all you know is that if she is there, she is not she is not next to the head cleric, or really in kind of like the main sort of area where you are. She might be in the crowd, but you do not know.
Okay. But she's not like with the higher ups.
No.
Okay. Sorry to interrupt. Go. Continue, Ian.
Yeah, can you go and make a deception check for me?
Show thing. No, not macros. God, this iPad is so toasty.
You are doing something pretty graphic
Mmm.
for an iPad.
I think it's more because it's laying on a heated blanket.
Oh, that has something to do with it.
Alrighty.
Certainly doesn't.
Okay. So you say that, and you see Dulcine be like, makes sense. She most likely wished to find an area free of distraction that would make her hard to find performing the hollowing ritual. This is unfortunate.
We tried our best to find her. We truly searched as much as we could, but between the constant distractions of oversized crabs and other various strange things, like, skeletons being on the ship, we had to get out of there as quickly as possible when we sensed there was imminent danger.
And apparently a Zorn. And how a Zorn got onto a ship underground is befuddling to me.
Yeah, you see Dulcine begin to meditate, but in the meantime, Soul kind of takes the floor again, and he's like, you said you were attacked by someone who was able to cause the aqueduct to finally collapse, correct?
Yes. They were wearing a strange suit of armor that didn't seem to take any sort of damage when we attempted to defend ourselves before fleeing.
See. Do you know of their whereabouts now?
We saw the briefest flash of them as we were running through the tunnel. That's the last we saw of them.
So Brita's killer still lives. Damn. You hear a bit of commotion among the
If it helps,
people in the crowd.
they did seem to have some sort of very powerful magical cannon attached to their arm. Perhaps that's what led to the initial collapse. You said while we were on the ship, we saw like a beam, essentially, of light approaching us.
No?
Like through the window, we saw like a flash of green or something.
You saw their visor that was lit up,
Oh, okay.
approaching you.
Right, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's like, right then, I will see to it that we are defended. However, it cannot be helped that both the Sea Elf and the Drow have died under our watch. Political ramifications for this are dubious, but I think it would be best to not try to hide the fact. Put a foot forward. We can speak with the Sea Elves. Own. They are speak with us. Is to be discerned, but that is for us to figure out. However, the Drow live deep within the Underdark. This is no place for us Triton.
Perhaps then you would be needing some sort of emissary to deliver the news.
And it does so happen that you have a former diplomat on your side.
And as luck would have it, one of our future stops just happens to be in the Underdark.
Then we shall give you any supplies you request so that you can make the trip into the Underdark on our behalf and relay the sorrowful news.
Internally, Simon is like grinning, like, yeah, free stuff, free supplies, hell yeah. On the outside, it's like, it will be done. Sorrowfully, you know?
Yes, as they go to adjourn, you see Salvador be like, "Who shall take over for her then?" As he kind of stands up, and
Can I get you to do something for me?
Dalcine sort of finishes his meditation, and
You've still got
he
my
says,
card, please. Here you go.
"I believe the Drow faithful have served us well thus far.
Thank you. Bye.
I request that you, upon relaying the news, also ask that another ambassador come on their behalf to speak about, once again, looking over the affairs of our church." You see Salvador kind of like slam his fist, and he's like, "Damn it! Another dirty grayskin!" And he kind of like storms out. Kind of hears some orders be thrown out. And you see Dalcine retreats first. And then Sal or Sol is kind of like, "Apologies. I don't know where that came from Salvador. But
I thought religious
otherwise,
folk were more tolerant.
otherwise,
Yep.
leave. That is all for this meeting."
Is there any sort of plan for arranging some sort of transportation for us to return to the surface? Unless, of course, there is an entrance to the Underdark down here.
Yes, I believe there is an entrance to the Underdark, although most of our maps only partake around the sea. Perhaps you could ask Salvador if Priestess Brita had a map of some kind on her. Maybe some of the other drow within our fair city might have some maps of home. If not, you might be on your own otherwise once you enter the Underdark. As for the surface, we have no connections to the surface ourselves.
With all due
We did.
respect, Your Eminence, I doubt very much that Salvador would be very willing to help us go and find a replacement.
You say that, but he does know us.
Yes, he knows us, but he also very much seems to not appreciate Drow very much.
If Salvador gets in your way, I'm sure Dalcine will be more than able to overstep him in these matters.
Very well. Then I propose we go speak with him immediately and figure out our next step from there.
Alright. Yes, you see Sol, sort of has, like, this conch shell horn, and he blows it, and then calls for meeting adjourned.
Like in lieu of a gavel.
Mm-hmm.
So that's great.
I guess we're gonna go to the place.
Yeah, are you looking to speak with Dalsim or Salvador?
I want to speak with Salvador. I want to give him a shot.
All right, so you go to the church. As you enter, you see uh, the doors are closed. I assume you knock.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock softly. I'm gonna try to go in very friendly.
Yes, the door opens, but it is not Salvador. It is Marlene.
Marlene, would Salvador be around by any chance?
She's like, he is currently, in Priestess Brita's room. There's not much I can do. I did send for Dalsim, but, and she kind of, like, looks around and she's like, I don't think it'll be much of a problem for you all.
Might we, come in and speak with him then?
Yes, of course. And she, opens the door for you and, closes it behind you as you all enter.
I guess we'll walk back there then.
Alrighty. Yes. You, you start, heading back, kind of go through the, office, and you just see that her room is, like, a mess.
I'm gonna
Damn you.
I'm gonna knock on the door gently.
He's like, oh. You. What?
I must say, such a display of emotions from someone so wise was quite surprising. Are you alright?
No, it's okay. I spend my whole life in the name of this church, and she barely spent an ounce of it. Care if the time for our perspective is the same. She never cared. We are creatures of the ocean, born in it. She is merely from under the earth. Not know the way of the sea. Her words were always hollow, I know it. Nothing to show for it. Here I am, forced to play second fiddle.
You say you're nothing to show for it, but you are the one showing all of it. You are the teacher and the mentor of those who are coming up, so all of their glory is going to be because of you. You are creating the next generation of worshippers for your god.
Yes. Then what? I put all this effort into teachings these students, and they're forced to once again play second fiddle to these grayskins.
Whoever may be in charge, you are the one who will live on with an eternal legacy, not them. They'll forget Brita in a few years, but your students will remain.
You got Rita because you're the damn fool who got herself killed.
Several people kill themselves at sea. She will be forgotten.
Fine. Whatever, I'll deal with this on my own instead. I assume you want me to cast the spell.
I feel that's no longer of need. If we were able to help you, that's all that really mattered. But we do have one more thing to ask of you.
He just kind of glances up at you.
We have been tasked with bringing information to the Underdark, but we are very ill-equipped with finding a way there. You wouldn't happen to know if Brita had a way there, would you?
She had a map which she carried on her, or at least she would have, because it also charted out the local sea near here, but she is as crushed as you say she is. Doubt you'll have much luck.
One day, Tommy will learn to mute his microphone.
I was about to say.
I mute when I sneeze. I don't understand the mindset of not muting when you have something to do.
I will remind you, you do
Don't
have
we
the
have
map.
the map?
Yes.
Right. We have the map of the overworld or of the Underdark?
The Underdark.
All right. I'm gonna ask. Okay, I'll ask him. Well, once we're there, we can figure it out. But we do need to figure out how to find the Underdark. Is there an opening
Like he
that
said,
you would know of?
the map shows both the local ocean and the Underdark, and it
Right.
does have the connection.
Right. Okay. I truly am sorry that your work was not appreciated in the way you would like, but from outsiders, we can at least say that the work that you've done in her stead when there was a time of crisis is very, very welcoming.
I see. I did.
Sorry about that.
Well, not much for it now. I don't respect the decision, but respect does seem.
I keep forgetting that my actual microphone itself has a mute button on it. So my brain is always going back and forth between, okay, mute OBS and then go over and mute Discord.
Alrighty. So you're not going to take him up on the offer of casting the spell?
I mean, I'll ask him how much effort will it take for him to cast the spell.
Everything is already prepared. It should only take a minute or so.
If you'd be willing, we would be very appreciative.
Something to bring my mind off this, and he goes back to sort of the main room of worship. And he begins casting the spell. And he says, right then. As you look at the shells, he says, you may ask the deity a question about a course of action you wish to take within the next week. And
Is this a magic conch thing?
no, it is the augury spell.
Okay.
That is funny, though.
You really think maybe we'll do that? Add a SpongeBob reference to our D&D game?
You're right. That's too dumb.
Yeah.
And as we all know, Meeper doesn't do dumb things.
Mm-hmm.
What do we want to ask it?
If it'll rain today.
No. God damn you.
If it'll rain tomorrow.
Oh, that's better.
Ask it if Weezer will ever go on tour with us.
Can I have something to eat? How we get topside again. I was about to just leave it at how we get top. I shouldn't leave it there.
You have to ask it about the potential results of a specific course of action that you plan to take.
Will we go topside in the next week?
I want to know if we can, like, if Sal is gonna fuck us over.
I feel
It's
like we
racist.
shouldn't ask that in front of him.
Think about this. Think about the spell augury like a magic 8-ball, where the answers are good result, bad result, good and bad result, or neither. Like a yes.
What if it gives us the ask again later? What are we gonna do if it tells us to do that?
Wait, ask right away again.
I don't think augury has the capacity to do that.
You know, the thing inside a Magic 8 Ball is technically a D20.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
If you make me roll a d20 and it gives me ask again later, I will come to your house and I will punch you.
No.
Is racism is gonna get in the way?
Yeah, especially because Simon heard it, and you know how Simon feels about that kind of thing. It's taking everything I have not to attempt to burn his underwater house down.
Burn my house to the ground.
The thing is, you have to keep friends until they become enemies, and at the moment, this is friend. So keep friends
Which is why
until.
Simon did not accompany you, because he would have said some unfortunate for him things, and Simon would have had to throw hands and matches.
Well, if I'm the only one fucking standing here, what am I asking this goddamn conch shell?
How about you ask, like, will our journey be safe? I don't know.
That's so vague, Cassie.
Ask
I don't know.
Ask it
Ask it whatever you want.
if our journey through the Underdark will eventually lead us back topside.
That's it. That's the question I asked. Final answer.
Okay. You get wheel.
Wheel is good.
The fuck does wheel mean?
So it goes wheel or woe. Wheel means good results. Woe means bad results. So if you get wheel, it means good results.
Well, sick. I'll go shake Sal's hand and fuck off, I guess.
Alrighty. Is there
Say thanks, home
anything...
slice, dap him up and leave.
Alright. Yeah. So you all start preparing to leave. Is there anything in specific that you request for your travel?
More.
No.
You can't stop me.
I can
How are you gonna say no more salt when we're in the fucking ocean?
I could just make you more salt. You don't need him for salt.
I don't want your salt.
You don't want the most fresh, pure sea salt ever to exist.
I'm gonna ask the fish people for the salt, thank you very much. Your salt's got bad juju.
Did we ask for, like, I don't know, our own conch or like a scroll of augury? I don't know.
Ooh, wait, no, let's ask for Marlene. Take that bitch with us.
That's a great idea. What? Are you kidding me?
I
Yeah,
want
let's ask-
I want that human.
You're gonna
I'm
ask
sorry.
Marlene to travel with you?
No, I'm not gonna ask her. I'm gonna ask the church to enslave her to me. So that it's mine.
Exactly.
I want that. I'm going to profess my undying love for her in this instance and take her away. Kratos is going to walk in, pick her up, and leave with her. In that order. Can we go ask the church if we can take Marlene?
Also, is Platinum coming with us?
Platinum says that they will go with you up until you get to the Underdark, in which case they will not be able to continue following.
Why is that?
Because they need sunlight.
Oh, damn
Does
photosynthesis.
it have the sunlight spell?
No.
Daylight is called.
Funny enough, daylight doesn't create daylight.
Does it not?
It does not.
I thought it creates a ball of daylight that follows you.
Nope, it
That not
creates a ball of light, not daylight.
stupid. What do you mean we can't have the literal power of a sun?
What do you mean we can't have the powerhouse of the cell?
That's the clitoris.
It's the fucking mitochondria. Florida education is showing.
Also, if Catherine's like speaking, it is not coming.
That's not me.
Oh,
That's Tommy's TV.
Tommy TV moment.
I don't think so.
Well, it's only popping up from you. So I request a literal being.
Alright, yeah. Dalsim is like, I'm sorry, I cannot. It would have to be of Marlene's own volition to leave the church, as currently it is already severely understaffed.
Is Marlene around?
Yes?
Yo, Marlene, you want to go on vacation real quick?
I'm good.
Hear me
Traveling.
out. Underdark. Great this
Hear
time.
me out.
It's
Horrible
great.
terror.
It's great this time of year. The weather, it doesn't sweat. The sky doesn't sweat. That's nice.
I'm afraid I cannot see any reason I would ever to go to the Underdark personally.
I mean, yep. Never
You don't know what
mind.
you're
I'm not
missing.
gonna. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
No. Go ahead. Say what's on your mind.
I mean, you like bondage? The Drow are known for it. I'm not gonna say that to a priest or a cleric. I'm not gonna.
Why? Yen's not religious.
But she does have standards. They're low, but they're there.
I was gonna say could have fooled me,
Could fool me. Fuck you.
Miss. I use my tits to get my way.
It's called diplomacy. What is it? Diplomacy? That's it.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacize.
I would like you to shut the fuck up. Please. Alright, well, if I'm not allowed to take another living creature with me, I'm gonna start stuffing otters in my bag and take them with me instead.
I'm coming.
Pop her in the bag.
I say realistically, the only thing we would need are the basic supplies, rations for a round trip to get there and back. Unless, of course, no, because we asked the augury, our travels through the Underdark would lead us back through to the surface. So
It doesn't mean directly, or it might not mean directly.
I say we just double down on, just give them the hey. We might not actually be coming back. We might head straight to the surface from there. So if you could just double the supplies you're gonna give us, then we'll be out of your hair. That kind of deal, you know.
Alrighty. Yeah, they give you each 30 days worth of supplies.
Each of us? Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Splendid.
Fucking rolling in it. They got any, like, scrolls or anything like that? They got anything fun? Healing potions?
Healing potions?
Yeah.
Yeah. Why doesn't everybody roll a d4 for me?
We
Wow.
all rolled threes. We
Damn.
all rolled threes.
Dude.
Did I roll a 3?
Yep.
Or have it?
I don't think you rolled.
You didn't roll, no.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, roll.
I'm just making up things, apparently.
You rolled.
You rolled 3d4. We'll just take the first one, which is a 4. All right.
We couldn't have
Ever-
just divided it by 3.
Exactly.
Everyone except for Avery gets 3 lesser healing potions. Avery gets 1 greater healing potion.
Mm.
Sick shit.
I'm froggy.
Oh, Froggers.
Are healing potions not on the SRD?
My favorite restaurant next to my favorite restaurant.
They are absolutely SRD.
You want to know what's really sad? I can't just I can't look them up. I can't just add them easily.
No control space.
Shut up.
Cringe, no control space, cringe.
Why do I have something in my consumables named crab ? With a
because
monk.
who cooked it? Who
But
cooked
why
the
is
crab?
Oh, that crab.
But no, but Kathy, I think you need to see. This is the title for it.
Crab shit?
You see that? Why is it a monkey?
Monka ass.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
What?
It's monkey meat.
What is this? Why is this here? Crab ration? Crabson?
Crab Rangoon.
I definitely did not make this or do this, but it exists.
Are you sure you didn't just like dissociate and do monkey crab?
Is it like... Because didn't you also try to eat the nibble snarf? Is it that?
I think I've eaten everything that we've killed. I'm
And
a
some
fucking
things that
human trash can.
and some things that we haven't killed.
Charlie, did you get the garbage down too? Wonderful, thank you very much.
Like that puss that got murdered.
I saw you take it out, but I was worried you might forget and leave it on the car when you went to McDonald's. Thanks.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
You're
Your
welcome.
dad sounds
Sorry,
over
I'm.
Discord.
What?
You're welcome, disembodied voice.
What did you say my dad sounded like?
Your dad sounds like Eric over Discord.
Tommy's dad is Eric.
Confirmed.
I think you
Confirmed.
sound like Eric just because of
Eric who?
Eric, my old roommate Eric.
Damn.
The gay twink.
The gay twink, yeah.
Twink!
Yeah, he's the opposite of a twink. I like the actual polar. He is chubby and brown. The exact polar opposite of a twink.
He acts like a
Wait, hey, I think twinks can be brown. Alright, fucking Salvador. Getting fucking racist with the twinks.
Twink.
Don't be
Bobby the
racist towards the twinks.
Twinks can't be brown because twink is short for Twinkie, implying that they are, pale on the outside with a gooey center.
No, it's just that they're filled with cum, Tommy. That's all it means.
There are chocolate Twinkies too.
I actually
Exactly.
didn't know. I didn't know that's why they're called twinks.
That's
why they're called Twinks.
That's a statistical outlier, Catherine. Twinkies didn't originally come in chocolate.
You don't
Is that
originally
really
come in
where it
chocolate.
comes from?
But plenty of chocolate comes in Twinkies.
Yes, it's where the term twink comes from,
That's
Cassie.
crazy. That's like I
Cass,
cannot
the gay
believe that we allow that as a community. That's
Cassie, being a gay man just means being horny as fuck, dude, constantly. It's just part of it. So everybody is just thinking about sex. It's just part of it.
Part of it.
part of
Hard.
it.
Hard.
I'm David Pumpkins.
This night is so cursed.
Every D&D night is first. What's the point?
It would have been even more cursed if we did that thing where we get drunk without telling you.
Oh, I fucking
Yeah, I'm
hate
sure Meeper loves that.
I haven't drank in so long. I'm so proud of myself.
It's so hard to rein you all in when you're not fucking crunked out.
The origin,
Drunk.
the
I had
origin
hot
of the
sauce other
word
day for the
twink.
first time.
The origin of the word twink comes from the American snack cake Twinkie, which is described as little nutritional value, sweet to taste, and cream filled.
Fucking
Oh
A.
my god.
The term twink may also be
Yeah, that sounds like
the term twink may also be a backronym for teenaged white into no kink, which that doesn't make any fucking sense at all.
What?
Who the fuck's into no kinks? That's just sad. That's just a sad life to
I
live.
don't know. It's fucking weird.
Speaking of which, sorry, I know we're derailing this train so hard, but did we tell you that Brandon had a dungeon master of like an actual club come into work?
What game did they buy?
Yeah, what game did they buy? What does the swingers dungeon master buy? They traded. Oh,
Because I think that was like the second.
of course. It just makes sense. You go to
They
work.
started telling myself and one of my employees about which clubs to go to and who to avoid.
Vital information.
Vital.
So they traded in their second PS5?
And then was
they
very.
didn't
Then
have room for it
Oh,
in the sex dungeon.
They were no. It was a swingers club. He worked at a swingers
yeah,
club.
he worked at a place called Secrets Swingers Club.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, though, because of what he was in, he also was telling us about some of the other places. He said the castle was
Yes, sir.
incredibly boring.
Little nutritional value and filled with cream.
You're a twink, Morgan.
I am. I told Cassie I have too much muscle to be a twink now.
You're a twunk.
I've become a twunk.
Not a twang.
Is that past tense?
No, a twunk is a twink that's a hunk. It's like halfway in between twink and hunk. And if you go any further, then you become a bunk, which is a bear and a hunk. And it just devolves. I need to get off the internet.
Alrighty.
I think you just need to get off.
Yeah, I'm back to dissociating.
No, you're good. Come back. Reel her in. Come here.
They ever went back.
Meeper. Oh, Meeper.
Okay.
What are they thinking?
Are you all ready to leave town?
Yes.
Skip town?
Yep.
Let's
Out of the
get
fish land.
fuck out of here.
Did you just say let's skibbity?
I said giggity.
Okay.
You didn't know what skivity means.
Thank Christ.
Gee,
I don't know what skibbity means. Is that a thing?
No.
No.
See, Catherine, stay in blissful ignorance.
Yes,
What the
please do not succumb to
What
Gen
the
Z.
Sigma?
Is
What
it-
the
is it, like-
Sigma?
Does it have to do with like that one video from like a few years ago where it's like skibbity bop bop?
No.
Nope.
No, it is not.
Catherine, you have skibbity riz. That's what this means.
No.
What the Sigma?
Let's ignore
What, the
this.
scallop?
I'm trying to figure out what
Don't.
Riz means.
It's not worth the effort.
It means charisma.
On God, what the Sigma? She has no aura.
Elriz.
Elriz, fucking.
My cap is still on. I still have it.
Oh God, you sound like a boomer. You sound ancient.
She's the second youngest person here.
Yeah. She hardly even has a gap.
No, she's in the older group. Brandon and I are the
Morgan's
youngest.
And then
Yeah.
Brandon is exactly 2 years younger than me, right? He just turned 24?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. Maper's still a baby.
Oh yeah, and Meeper too.
She's 15 days older than me.
Yeah.
She's in the center.
And here I am, 30. Talking to a bunch of 20s.
Twinks
Twunks.
and twunks. Twinks, twunks, and lesbians. That's what this
Lesbians.
group is.
Twinks, twunks, pinks, and punks.
I will have you know, I am straight. Catherine's the exception.
Okay, you're right. I'm the one
You
exception.
You are absolutely the exception. Are you?
I absolutely am.
Are the only
Glorious things.
exception. You are the
Thank you,
only
Haley.
exception.
D&D?
This is D&D talk right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're about 6 days away from the entrance to the Under.
Let's head out.
Yeah.
Righty. Go ahead and get our first encounter roll from Cassie.
We're still in the ocean, right? Just like moving through the tunnels.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're not gonna. Okay, never mind. These just work. Did that work?
Sure did.
And I rolled a 2. Why?
Nice.
Ooh, SpongeBob.
Why?
Crab.
Rangoon?
The
Guys,
hat.
I ate a whole ass cuttlefish yesterday.
We went to Nine Spices fucking hot pot. It was my second time in a week after going for the first time.
I ate a bunch of baby octopuses and I ate a whole ass cuttlefish.
For pussy?
Why would you eat a whole ass cuttlefish? Why wouldn't you do like a regular cuttlefish?
I have never seen cuttlefish available at a restaurant before. Of course I'm gonna try it. It
You didn't
tasted
like it.
exactly like calamari. It was like no different.
Well, at least someone did. Oh, hi, cheese.
Alrighty. Yes. You once again hear these sort of chiming sounds.
Well, we know what the chiming sounds are, so we can largely just ignore it.
It's the sea elves, right?
It's the smoke alarm.
Yep. I think it was only Simon who saw it, and it was a sea elf child who seems to be using the ocean to make music. Polyrhythmic music.
Shoot him.
Absolutely not.
All right.
Damn.
So you're just continuing on.
Yeah, I think it's up to them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
Alrighty, Catherine, roll me a d20.
Yes, ma'am.
15. Okay, nothing else happens for the day.
I'll be up at night, continuously working on restoring. What is that sound?
It sounds like the magnetic little eggs.
Is it me? Is it
It's you.
Yes.
that? Hey, bingo!
Is it the magnetic little eggs?
No.
What is it?
It's a thing. It's a thing to make my forearms fucking veiny as hell.
So you're squeezing.
Oh, are you-
You're squeezing one of those grip trainers.
Yeah, basically. But, bro, my arm is veiny as hell now.
Yeah, I'll be up.
All in
Anyway.
vain.
Congratulations on your veins. I'm glad that you have a circulatory system.
One paper cut and it's over, dude.
Paper cut and it's over. Here lies Morgan Smith, or Morgan Third, died of a paper cut.
I will stay up for one watch, fucking around
Same.
with my gun.
Alrighty.
Whatever Simon reassembles on his gun, I'm gonna deassemble. What's the opposite of assemble?
Disassemble.
Thanks. I'm gonna take it slightly off and unpolish it a bit.
You're a teacher.
You're just gonna like undo.
They're not a language teacher.
No, they're not.
We work with science, and that's why I'm able to disassemble this fucking gun.
Environmental science, too, the
Right.
most useless of all scientific fields.
What?
I know dirt.
Kidding. I'm super kidding.
I know dirt.
Fucking
No,
psychology.
you don't. You don't know anything.
I know dirt. I got dirt.
You do
Style.
know.
Alright. Who else is taking a watch? We need 2 more watches.
Your mom. Oh, fuck.
I was curious to where that was going. I just heard your mom.
yeah.
Oh, fucking. And I was like, oh, God.
You wanna work?
Oh.
Yeah, I rolled an 84.
Hmm.
You rolled 70-20, baby.
It wouldn't work. Stupid ass Chromebook.
Actually, it worked about 7 times.
Look, there it is.
So what does an 84 get us?
Yeah, what does it
Hold on,
for
Catherine already rolled one. Give me a second.
No.
The storm giant is gonna come back and squish us.
Should be.
The storm giant comes around, and this time it's decided to do a ritualistic dance.
Storm giants are my king.
You would. That would be
Thanks.
yours.
You think storm giants have giant cocks?
I hate all of you.
What do you
Violently.
think monsters taste like?
Like,
Nope.
their cock?
The drink.
I miss original.
It still exists. It's still around. It didn't, like, fucking up and leave.
As soon as they release another flavor, the original ones just were discontinued.
There's ransom videos of the originals.
I rolled less than you did on a D100.
No. Well, I mean, I did roll, what, 7 20s?
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
like
70-20.
300.
That's a lot of math.
40.
It's at least
Yeah, I can do
700. It's at least 700.
want to die.
But why?
Womp womp.
Womp womp. Wow, imagine saying that and then I actually kill myself.
I say that to my students all the time, and they threaten to get me fired for it.
Dude, I don't know what it is, but womp womp makes me unironically so angry when I hear it in response to something I say.
Womp womp.
See, you shouldn't have told me that.
Is that more Gen Z
No.
shit, or does it have to do with wah 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 wah?
Wah,
It's like-
wah.
God, Catherine,
like
how are you
winning.
actually this old?
I don't like it. I know why. Because she spends all of her time on Facebook, and Facebook doesn't have.
Oh God, no!
She is
Said something.
somehow. Catherine is somehow older than me.
Catherine, you are an ancient being.
Yeah.
My 60-year-old dad doesn't make Peanuts references.
Do you fucking post like those like motivational or comic things about minions, and it's like, my son Timmy got in a car wreck today, with minions like dancing in the background?
No, I'll give you a good idea of the shit that I post to Facebook. Hold on.
I
one
see the
moment.
shit you post to Facebook. I look at it because
Then
I'm
why
like,
did you
huh,
ask?
she posted. I don't know. Maybe you like have a secret account that you're putting minion things on.
Do you think I'm a person that has a secret account?
Well, at this point, I'm surprised you haven't asked Cassie how to restart the Wi-Fi, or if Jeff Bezos can help.
Oh my
She's
god.
helped me restart the
You're
Wi-Fi
checking
before,
through
but
the
this year I've
needles.
learned how to do it myself. Okay,
How do
I
you
just
do
sent you a prime example.
it?
I keep telling her that she needs a different social media to fall into
But
so that she can.
I refuse to join X.
That's fine.
Catherine,
It's Twitch.
I just want to be able to say things around you, like say cursed things, and you actually understand them.
I can hear them.
Oh my god!
Catherine,
I give you an F. You good boy.
no,
I find you feminine, so I give you an F for femboy.
no matter
Yes.
what Elon Musk renames it, it's always going to be Twitter out of spite.
So
You know, squid.
so 84. So 84 D20.
Yeah. I took the first one and it was nothing. However, Cressida did roll something. Cressida, you are relaxing and you see a swath of sharks go by. And you look over at the way that they go, and you see, and you realize none of you really spotted it because you were busy setting up camp and it was already kind of dark out. But these sharks are kind of disappearing in and out of something, and you like look a little closer and you realize it is another sunken ship.
Mm.
Shall
I think I made my fill.
you mean you don't
How
want
close
the
is it?
prospect of treasure?
There's another fucking Metroid bounty hunter waiting inside.
Made of copper.
Samus 2.0. It's Dark Samus this time.
It's SAX from was it Fusion?
It's dark platinum.
SAX was from Fusion, right? I haven't played Fusion in a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
How far away is the shipwreck?
It's like a good 400 or 500 feet. You can see it because it's fucking big.
How fast are the sharks moving? Do they seem to just be migrating, or do they seem to be fleeing?
Like they went to the ship and now they're just kind of moving around it. These things usually end
Wait.
up having fish that live around their area.
What if it's the Dread Pirate Regis? What if it's him? What if that's his like escape boat?
He escaped
Then
in a
maybe
balloon.
we should
Remember?
just stay the fuck out of his way, that motherfucker.
He escaped in a balloon. He attached like he inflated a balloon on the safe room in the other ship and just floated up.
Okay.
Well, he's a pirate.
You got a
He's
new-
destined to go back to the sea sometime.
What do you guys want to explore the ship? Because I was already.
I drank mine.
I like boats.
I want to touch the butt.
I like boats.
Oh my god. I cannot believe I didn't make a joke about that around the Triton.
I don't think the Tritons have watched the hit movie Finding Nemo by Disney.
No, not that. I drained my nugs into the sea.
Actually, would you guys be too opposed to ending it here? Because I'm really fucking tired.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I'm literally struggling to stay awake at my computer right now.
You guys are fucking losers.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Boobading.
That's it. I'm ending this.
That's it. I'm saying the N-word.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm an adult with a...
The negative.
Oh. That made my stomach twinge.
I'm an adult
You almost
with
got
a
us there.
physically taxing job. I have every right to be tired right now.
You have no right. I'm taking away your
You've
right.
never had a child. You can't be.
Wait,
Have
you're taking
Have
away
you
his
ever
rights
had a
to
child
the-
while you're in a Disney theme park when it's 99,000 degrees outside and all they want is that fucking Mickey Mouse pretzel and all the fucking millennials in front of you keep ordering it?
Well,
No,
not
then
that
you
it's-
don't fucking know tired. I had to walk 6 miles uphill in the snow in the middle of summer's heat each day to get to school.
Well, not that it's any of your business, but yes, that exact circumstance has applied to me.
Is currently happening.
Yeah.
God damn it, Jimmy!
Except it's not Disney, it's Universal Studios.
I'm going there this Friday for free.
Oh yeah, you're.
Oh, fuck you. I've always wanted to go to Universal.
Ha, loser. Sorry, I'm
Everything's
sorry, that was really
speculation.
mean. I'm sorry, that was really mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was. It was really mean.
sorry, Chief. My
Oh,
bad.
no, that's a lie. I went to Halloween Horror Nights a few years ago. That was great. I still have a keychain, a lanyard that I use every day.
Dude, I'm so excited to walk on rides, see my students waiting in 6-hour lines, and just be like, ha,
Idiot.
fucking